Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Erlengrat. I've no idea, it's not turning on, but anyway, you know, we've gone and done the field. I don't really mind too much about that. Let's let that one fold up a second, and then as soon as it has done that, we are going to return that beastie. There we go, that's finished. Total, fertilizing contract, everything complete, and collect right there. So I will refresh contracts. Still giving me the same one on there. We've got several harvesting. We've got a few fertilizing jobs, which is solid fertilizer. And then there's some harvesting ones as well. I'm not doing those harvesting ones. I'm going to leave those. And we will let things run through. So how are we doing on everything that we've got in here? We've got soil composition. We've got a few fields that need ploughing, there's a few fields that need weeding, but, I mean, generally speaking, it's not doing too bad. Harvesting is 14.72, 16.23.8. 14 there, 7 there, 2 there. They've all got weeds on. 16, which we've already had issues with. 16, 23, 8. 23, we haven't done anything to, and field number 8 over here, we've done nothing to that one either. So, no, we're not touching those. We're not touching the harvest jobs at the moment. I'm sure there's 18, 11, and 25. 18, well, 11 is there, I haven't touched it. 18 is there, I haven't touched it. 25 is over there, and I haven't touched that one either. So, no, we're not getting involved in any of them. We will go and do the fertilizer job. So what have I got in the way of fertilizer? I've got that one sowing job. I'm going to do that one. It is going to... We need to do that with wheat. So we need to also get some seed. I suspect it's going to take a while. I suspect mostly we're going to have to go back and do a bit more on there. Seed bag. Buy. Yes, okay. Jump out of there. And we'll deal with the fertilizer in a minute. Let's go back over to here. There is our seed drill. So we're going to want to put the seed in there. And that one takes fertilizer as well. So we're going to want to load up some fertilizer. So I need to get a pallet of fertilizer. Let's put you in here. I can only put 500 litres of wheat in here. So I'm going to need some more of that. And there's 990 for fertilizer. I really don't like that. 10 litres short on the fertilizer. I don't like that at all, but when we'll do that, and then hopefully it will actually count as additional fertilizer. I'm assuming that that's what it's going to need, so if I take the fertilizer tank and I buy that one, it's not... Ah, you idiot. You moron. You absolute blithering fool. That's the one I wanted, the solid fertilizer. Buy. Right, well, I've got another pallet of fertilizer here in the yard now that's ready and waiting. I can't do anything with it just yet, but I will do something with it eventually. We will be able to use it eventually. I've got a little tiny bit of fertilizer right there. The fertilizer we're not going to need anymore. I know field 3, we will end up having to come back here in order to get some more stuff. But it's just going to be seed that we're going to want. We're not going to actually need anything other than seed. Now, this is quite a wide vehicle that I've got here, so I'm hoping that I don't meet any other traffic coming along this road. I think out here there's possibly some more traffic, which is going to potentially be a bit of a headache for us. So far, so good. It's a very wide seeder. It's the 500 litres of wheat that we've got on there. I can't do anything about that. Just 500 litres. It's not going to be enough for field 3, is it? It's not even going to be close. If we do meet someone, we'll just have to kind of swing over to the side and hope that they're going to be alright. But at the moment, where the train is parked... That's going across the road over there, and that's potentially causing some issues. So I might just move that train out. Ooh, I tell you what, we'll move the train in a minute. Alright, the train may be parked there across the road, and that may be stopping all the traffic, but we'll deal with that one in a minute. We won't worry about that one just yet. What I will do, I go here into this field, and I'm going to do a couple of passes along this end of the field. Now, this is actually, at this end of the field, it would be better if I was to actually, I don't need to manually do this. I can do this with the hired help. If I go in there and I do it that way round, I can just do it like this. So if I press H on here, with the AI vehicle extension, I'm hoping he will AI vehicle extension around the edge right here. Don't know if it does alright with this particular seed drill or not. I'm hoping he's going to do alright. He sort of seems able to cope with it. I'm going to stick to this side, though. So what I'll do is if I go here like this, and then I do up and down like that, he'll come down to this end of the field, he'll turn around, and then he'll start heading back in the other direction. And I've used 25, 30 litres of seed just getting across the field right here. Now what? Right, he's come out there. Is that fence got collision on it? Don't know if the fence has got collision or not. We're about to find out. Yes, the fence has collision, and the hired help didn't read that it was there. What I'll do now is if I go back this way, and I drop this one down in here, if I go out a little bit like that, and I start you up and then lower you in, and then go like that, you're gonna just completely mess things up. So I'll try it again. I'll drive along here and just kind of do it in a line like that, and then press H and see if he's going to keep going on that line. He is. He's able to keep going with it. So then what I'll do, I'm going to get up to this end. I'm going to let him turn round, and we'll go back once more. So then I've got 3 passes on the field, and then I will start working standard hired help up and down from that side of the field, and he'll work his way all the way across over to this side of the field. I think it's probably the better way of doing it. Although, I'm also thinking a few passes on this side would make things run a little bit better. I don't really know at the moment. I do know I'm going to definitely have to use a lot more seed than I've got at the moment. We're going to have to go back at least a couple of times. The other option is to try and find a way to... You know, I could actually do what I did in the last hardcore series, and that is lease a... Well, I didn't actually lease it. Yeah, I did. I leased a forklift. And that one stayed at the dealership. And basically, I said that lease was just, you know, charges incurred for various different things with the forklift. And nothing else in particular. So, it just kind of kept running like that. And then we had a forklift at the dealership. So, I could do that. And then put the pallets into the back of the pickup truck that we've got, and use that to drag the stuff back over. That could be a way of doing it. Right, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to leave that go, and then what I'm going to do now is rather than... Oh, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go back over to the other side of the field. I'm going to go up here like this. I'm going to drop that one down, and I'm going to do a little bit of a line right there like that, and then back up this way. I'll do one more pass along here so that I've got plenty of room for turning around. At least this is what I'm hoping I've got. Plenty of room for being able to turn around right in here. Let me double check. Yes, we are facing the right direction, and we lower that one in there, and then I just keep the wheels on the edge of it like that, and whoa, Okay, he is facing the wrong direction there. I need to just correct that. Does it need to be like that, then? Yes, that's how it needs to be. Yeah, my mistake. Okay, the arrow hadn't turned turned round. So what I'm going to let this one go up to the end up there, and then I'm going to start the hired help working from that side of the field. When it runs out of seed, we'll refill, or whether we'll get the pickup truck back here full of seed, and then when I reload, we'll start from that side of the field and it can meet up in the middle of wherever it happened to get to working on the field. I think that might be the best way. Now, I'm already over 25% gone in, 24%, and I've only done 4 passes on this field. So it is going to require a few refills for the seed drill. Possibly, we're also going to be needing refills for fertilizer. Now, I don't understand why this particular job has been given to us with such a small, low-capacity seed drill. That, to me, seems a little bit odd. I don't really know why it's done that, but, I mean, that's how it is. We'll drop you in there. The nitrogen amount that's being dumped in here, we do know what that is all about. If I just stop here a second, and I'll bring that one back in here, it's the automatic application rate. So if it's doing it at 444 kilos per hectare of nitrogen. So if I was to deactivate that, no values detected, it now goes to 74 kilos per hectare for fertilizer. So I'm only going to have it on here. I'm not going to do that normally, but because we're in the seed drill here as well, I figure that's probably alright, and that way we don't have to worry about the actual fertilizer bit. Yeah, we can just focus on getting the seed up here, rather than, because the seed rate, that's not changed. That's still using that up at the same rate that it was before. It's just the fertilizer is now using a little bit slower, which means it's going to be used slightly more sensible rate coming out of the seed drill. Right, that's that bit taken care of. Let's get you back to the dealership now, so that we can potentially load up the pickup with fertilizer, and, well, not with fertilizer, with seed. We want to get those pallets of seed loaded into the back of here, which means I need a forklift. And the only way I'm going to do that is if I lease one, and then that will stay at the dealership. So that is another slight expense that's going to go out. But when I did this last time, I think I actually added the money into the game and then bought it, and we just had the daily charge rates as like our own personal expenses or something like that. But I mean, I don't think it's going to cost very much if we had it under lease. If we had the forklift under lease, and that's still not technically ours, there's just some daily expenses being incurred for not very much, because I don't believe it's going to be all that expensive. We'll have a look. Let's get back here first, and then see what we can do. Alright, it's the only way that we're going to be able to pick those pallets up, is if we've got something like that. So let's have a look at you, and I go into there, miscellaneous in here. So it's 37,000 to go and buy. So if I jump into here, initial lease cost is 1,887. That's not very much. I will also put it on the used second-hand discount option, so that puts us down to just 1,500. And yeah, I think that's fine. I think that is absolutely fine, because it's not ours. This is just the machine that will then stay at the store, and it won't be used regularly by us. It's the store's machine, you know, that they use it when they need to. And I'm hoping that I'm not going to need to do this very much. I don't like doing this very much anyway. How do I open the back? It used to be that you just did unfold car. Alright, well, we'll unfold it like that. Because there is straps. We can strap these pallets in. These bad boys held in properly. Take you right there. Just wondering how I should put these seed bags in. I think we're going to have to try and put them long ways in. So we have to go in this way with the forks. We've got the fork in low to the ground. But there's only 125 in there. I don't know. If I was to pick this up, and put it above the other pallet, will that load it into that pallet, or is that not something that you can do with the seed pallets? Let's have a look. If I put you like that, have we got any kind of option? I've got alternative AI, I don't want any of that. There really isn't any kind of option on here. Right, I don't want that one. I'm just trying to... No, right, okay, that doesn't actually do anything. I got 125 litres of seed in this one. And I don't think I'm going to be able to fit them sort of sliding in long ways. I'm not going to be able to fit two of them like that. So I'm going to have one of them here like this. I'm going to bring it this kind of long ways here like this. Swing you in around a bit like that. And then we'll kind of just hang it in over the side of the truck like that. You just got to lift the forks up a bit as you go in through. And I'll do the same with the other one. Now, whether I'll be able to close the back of the truck once I'm finished with this, I have no idea. It doesn't really matter, I suppose. And we can bring you in like that, and then pick that one up. So I've got a full machine's worth. So we will be able to fill the machine up at least once more doing this. I'll pull you in here, and... Oh, yeah, I need to watch what I'm doing. I was kind of looking off to the side and not watching what I was doing right there. Let's try and square that up. It's terrible driving on my part. I am using my steering wheel again. Quite a few people ask me to stop doing the keyboard steering if I can and stick with the using the actual steering wheel, because it makes it more pleasant to watch. You don't like the look of the keyboard steering as I'm driving along, and you kind of like, a lot of you said, well, you know what keyboard steering is like, and it, you know, honestly, it doesn't really make very much difference to the enjoyment of the series as to whether I'm using keyboard steering or otherwise. And but conversely, if I am using keyboard steering, you've got the constant jerky steering all the time, and that's not particularly pleasant to look at. So, yeah, this time round, I will try and use my steering wheel. I mean, one of the reasons I don't always use my steering wheel is because it can cause me issues, but if I can get away with not having to worry about that, then I will. We will do it like that. Okay, so there's the seed. I'm going to get this out to the field first, and then we will start worrying about the various different fertilizers. Actually, you know what? Let's not worry about that. I've still got 25% wheat in that seed drill, so that one's good to go for a bit yet. Which means that if I go in here, I've got one for Joel, one fertilizer job for Joel. I've got one for Samuel Egger. I've got one for Heidi. And that's it. Right, I got 3 fertilizer jobs in here. So we've got field 4, field 5, and field 20. Ooh. Yours is liquid fertilizer. I happen to have some liquid fertilizer right there. I will accept that contract. Borrow the items, rather. And I'm also going to go in here. So we've got 2 other ones. We've got field 4 and field 5. Both of them. So there's field 4 and there's field 5 up there. And they're the only 2 solid fertilizer jobs we've got. There are no other solid fertilizer jobs at the moment. So I'll accept field 4 first. Actually, field 5. I'll accept that. We'll borrow those items right there. And then we can start getting some of these vehicles underway. So first up is going to be you. And I've got the fertilizer right there. Now, I'm not going to have more fertilizer available for this particular vehicle. I can load you on here. And I go and get that front bit on there. That front weight that was next to the tractor is actually for this red tractor. And then we'll come around here. So we get to use this tank of fertilizer that we went and bought. We won't be using all of it. We'll only be using some of it, but what's left over, I'm thinking we'll probably end up returning that. Now, this one, I believe, is for field 20. Yes, it is. I can see it flashing right there. And, yeah, field 5 is the solid one. And this one is for the other field. So we'll go and take this. Let's drive this over to that field first, to field 20, and we'll get this one set up on field 20. And working in there. Whoop. Didn't hit the car. I didn't hit that car. We're absolutely fine. There were no mishaps there. There was nothing. No foul play. There was no problems. It was all absolutely tickety-boo and fine. Here is field 20. We've done field 20 before. Well, actually, we did weed killer in field 20. Now we're doing fertilizer in field 20, and if we look in here, we've got the automatic application rate on here. I'm not deactivating the automatic application rate. I'm going to leave that running for this. I want that actually running. So if I go in here like that, I'll switch that one off. We'll have standard AI on here. We will put that in. 341 litres per hectare of nitrogen is going on here. It's only a small field. That'll be absolutely fine without any problems whatsoever. I'm going to let this one run down to the end of the field down here, and then I'm going to set the hired help moving from this side and work our way back over there. I think that's alright. I don't think there's any issues up that end that is going to cause us to have any problems with it. At least I'm hoping there isn't. And then, that's a little bit of nitrogen applied onto the fields. Go on, a little bit further, and stop right there. And I can bring you over this way, like this. Helper D has stopped work unexpectedly. Well, that's fine. You can be unexpected over there. You over this side, you can be expected, and you can go on up there. That should allow you to finish this field. You work your way across that one, and in the meantime, I will take you. We're part way across the field. I'm just going to move you up to the end of the field over here, and then I'm going to bring our pickup truck over, and we'll be able to reload the seed into this one. And then I'll run down the other end of the field, and we will start working on that. So I'll take you. We're going to drive over to field 3. Once I've done that bit, then we'll need to bring the pickup back. Actually, I'll let it work a little bit. Then we'll bring the pickup back, and we'll have to get another pallet of seed, and we'll dump that into the back of the pickup, and we'll just use it from there. I'm sure there's going to be other seeding jobs as well, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And then once we start getting our own jobs and we start doing our own seeding jobs, we'll be able to make a little bit more money out of it. We'll just load up our own seed drill. If we're taking seed back to the farm, I don't intend to be doing it via lots of pallets. We'll do it another way. We'll get like an auger wagon or something like that, and we'll load the thing right up with seed, and then we will transfer it like that. I don't want to be messing around with individual pallets. I would like to find some other way of doing it. Any kind of way, I don't really care, but some other way than just messing with individual pallets. Now, if I take the straps off of that, you can just park up there a second, and we will climb up on here like this. Jump in. Reload. Yes, excellent. I was hoping it would use the small one first. Right. Let's go. Move away from there. That will close that lid down. There we go. Clonk. And then I will start working from this end of the field. Now, by the amount that we've done, I reckon we may get away with only having to refill once more. We may possibly be able to do this by just refilling once more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it working up here. And once it's done what it needs to do... how much have I got left in the pickup? Does it say? If I put the straps on, maybe, does it tell me? No. I've got no way of telling how much is left in that bag there. It's no more than half a tank. So I'll leave you here with your half a tank, and then I want to go to this one. Now that bag of fertilizer has only got 1 left in it. It's 10 litres left in it, and no more than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go to big bags. Solid fertilizer, it's 1,000 litres at a time, and I'm going to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that's a lot, but there's going to be several jobs that we're going to be able to do that we will be able to go and use the fertilizer up. So I've got no concerns about us having too much of it. The only thing that is going to be time consuming is swapping the stuff from one machine to the next. And honestly, I'm not too fussed about that either. Let's just hook you on there, you know, pulling it up round the corner. 1.5 ton weight, whatever it might be. And then we can start loading these up. So we've got 5,010 litres. Now, what I was thinking of doing is, yes, I know that it's, you know, the different ones to the different farmers, but both the farmers are using the same Bredel spreader. So we could be under the assumption that they are actually using the same machine, and it's not just the same make. They're actually using the same machine, and that means that we don't actually have to empty one out and then refill the next one. We're still leasing them both, and I'll drive up with the tractor, and we'll just swap the tractor over, because what the farmers have actually done is they've privately leased this Bredel spreader, and that's the one that they're using. All right? If they've gone and done that, they've privately leased the spreader between them in order to do the work that they need to do, and then they're just providing their own tractor to go with it. And then obviously, you know, the costs of the lease of that machine are being subtracted out of their contract. It won't make any difference. It just means that I don't have to sit there and watch the stuff be loaded up into the next spreader. It's going to be marginally quicker than if I do transfer the contents. Are you with me? Are you following along? I hope you are. I hope you're keeping up, because there'll be a test at the end of the series, and I will be expecting you all to be able to fully explain what it is that I've done, because I'm not sure that I quite follow what it is that I've been doing. I'm like, yeah, I think I understand what I've done, but yeah. Right, which one are you? I thought you were Field 4. Or are you Field 5? You're Field 5. Right, Field 5 is that one up over there. Field 4 is the next one that we'll be doing. So we need to kind of bring that back over to here. That's fine. We will go on and we will do Field 5. We're not going to worry about that. I see the train started up again. I did park that one up a little bit ago, but he's now started up again, and he's going well. And the Stara over their contract on Field 20 is finished, which means that pretty soon they're going to have finished everything. And then I've got a big decision to make. Do I keep the liquid fertilizer and go and put what's left back in the dealership, or do I just go with right? Helper C has completed their task as well. So yeah, do I take that back, or do I get a refund? And I mean, it's a partial refund, but you get most of the refund. So yes, it is a partial, but you still get most of the stuff coming back, don't you? Let's switch that one off like that, and then start you up. Well, unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. So while I sit up here and enjoy this view and a well-earned break, could you please consider taking a look at the links in the description down below? We have Nitrado, who provide gaming servers, who are very, very reliable, and they provide us with a server on our Discord channel. And there is also Fanatical, where you can buy all kinds of different computer games for various different platforms. So if you've enjoyed this video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.